Spirit Talker, Spoken Wisdom. You know, I had a segment where I was talking about abortion. And what you're aborting is man's child. And just to clarify what I mean by that, you can never abort God's child. God's child is a forever child. The day that God chose your egg, that child was born. That's the forever child. That's the child like Jesus. Jesus does not have the seed of man. Okay, when God chose Jesus to come to earth, he came as Jesus. He came through the womb of a woman's womb. He ate from the flesh of a female. Okay, he was born as that fetus on earth without no biological father. You got to understand that. So abortion is to sever the link between man, you, and God. So understand that. God's child is the forever child. That's the DOC. The date of conception, the date of creation. That's the birth of God's child. The DOB, the date of birth on earth, that's the birth of man's child. So when you abort man's child, and when they do all the little chopping up inside you, you make sure you are okay with that with God. It's not man's business. Pit man out your business. That is between you and God. Okay? And you're severing a relationship you're having with God. When God is inside you, you're stopping. You're telling God there's no need to finish creating that fetus. You don't want it to come to earth. There's no need for you to stay with me for 40 weeks because this is not a good father. You don't want it. You don't trust man to be parent, provide, and protect. And history has proven you're not wrong for that. So guess what? You take that with God, but you make sure clear-minded. That is what the reason is. Don't be a man's toy. Allow him to go through the actions of when God chooses that seed and egg and make a child. Okay? Don't be the devil. And don't sleep with the devil. Man and woman is the devil. Between a woman and a lady, who you think is the devil? See, a lady is respectful, dignified. It's unbecoming for her to act like a woman or even to speak like a woman. That's why it's okay for a woman to act like a man. She got man in her. I tell men many times, if you don't want her to act like a male, you don't want her to act like a woman, then you have to learn how to submit her man and male within her female and woman. And how do you do that? You earn it. When you learn how to earn the male inside of a female, the man inside of a woman, as long as she's intelligent enough to know you fulfilled her, and she needs to know what is her man and male. It's 10 man in her, it's 10 male in her. You have 90% male and you're 90% man. You should be able to figure out her combinations to provide, parent, and to protect her. Period. You got 30 that can go in it for the mental, 30 for the emotional, and 30 for the physical. And you will fulfill her if you know how to sustain her. And she needs to know what it is that you need to do. And if she doesn't, then that means she ain't ready to be a lady. Because the lady knows this shit. A lady can listen to everything you say and say one word that says she understands everything. You know she understands you. You can spend all day long talking about it, and she'll say one word, meaning she gathered everything you said. That wisdom that God gave his daughter, oh man. A woman gonna talk around it. The woman gonna have everything to say. A lady listens, learns, and you're going to love what she's about to say. The 3 L's. Because once she say, you're like, okay, shit, you got it. And when you find that, that's a lady. That's the wisdom that God gave his daughter. They don't want to mention the strength. That's the man in her. That's what men is intimidated by a woman. She's a creature of two. She was born as a creature of two. She was born as a female. Female. She was born as a woman. W-O-M-A-N. Woman. The womb of a woman is the womb. The F-E of a female is the flesh that feeds the fetus inside the womb of a woman's womb. She is goddess because God gives her life. She brings life to earth. Until we recognize her for what she does on earth, we are lost creatures. Religion, laws, and a sanctuary of marriage is built in the image of man. Come on. You understand? They don't even want women to be priests, and she's the closest thing to God. Any woman that ever been pregnant was carrying around God inside of her. For 40 weeks, we all got God inside of us. The seed of a man, the egg of a woman, bonded together with the Spirit of God for 40 weeks. She did not grow the eyes, the nervous system. You can't even ask her what week, what trimester, what period of time did she do the nose, the toes, or anything else, let alone the nervous. God is the artist inside of her. He has domain over the spirit. Her body, our body is the temple. And we poison our body with the filth that we put in our body for profit. You understand that? We cannot sell the 3 P's that God has given to her as a gentleman. Parenting, providing, protecting. Our basic system of society should be based off of that. Not warfare. Not to bear arms. The ignorance of society is baffling. But now I understand. I see why. Like I said, God would never let me accept the Bible. You will not let a man nor a woman inside your home. But a lady and gentleman can. So man and woman go to the house. A lady and gentleman goes inside a home. The internal of that house is the home. The respected area. You respect another person's home. You can go to the house, but you can't go in the home unless you go in the home as a lady and a gentleman. But marriage is between a man and a woman. That is a marriage of man. Man's child is man and woman. God's child is a lady and a gentleman. And until we understand that, I really don't understand what's so hard about. We get the ignorant people out there. Oh, well, I already knew that. Of course that is. God knows your thoughts. You can't hide that. I am nothing but a messenger of God. I really don't want to tell you. But as a gentleman, my knowledge does not belong to me. My knowledge is something that I'm supposed to share with my brothers and sisters, regardless. As I tell God every day, your kid's stupid as hell, man. They don't want to listen. He said, that ain't my child, that's man's child. Man's child get that privilege like they know it all. He said, my child's the forever child. He'll learn his lesson. God don't even worry about it. You will have to go through it over and over again as whatever he sends you back to earth as, he's sending you for. The fact is, it's a lesson you need to learn. Are you aware of that? God is all. And what that is all, we all have in the same common is the Spirit of God. I'm just a messenger. I'm just a messenger. Have a blessed day.